What is going on, guys? This is Xbox Architect here, and I'm coming at you again with another small building tutorial video. In this video in particular, we are going to be building a modern 2-tier infinity pool. It's not only something that looks really cool, but it's also a great complement to any modern house build that you guys might be working on. So in that case, keep in mind this is my own ideas, this is my own take on things. So if you want to follow along, that's great. Maybe you already have an existing project that you want to add something like this onto. That's perfect. Maybe you just want to learn how to build an infinity pool. That's also cool. Or maybe this is something that you build and you base a project all around it. No matter what, this is the video for you. So enough of my blabbering, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so right off the bat, if you have watched any other videos on my channel, you'll probably notice we aren't in the normal super flat world that I usually record in, and that's totally fine. We want to have a more natural environment for this. Now, there are going to be some different things here that are kind of up for interpretation. For instance, you're not going to have a landscape exactly the same way as mine is right here. So you're going to want to find something similar if you already haven't constructed a house that you're just trying to add on to. And if that's the case, if you already have a house that you're just trying to build along with, that's totally fine. Try and follow along as best you can. At the very least, try and get the concept of how to actually create the infinity portion of the pool. But if you want to follow along completely, what you're going to want to do is find yourself in a plains biome just like this. I typically find that these are pretty simple to build in because you don't have to worry about taking down a bunch of trees or snow or any of that sort of stuff. And you're going to find yourself a hill with a very slight incline, just like this. You don't want to have anything super vertical. That's just going to create some problems because we are going to build this thing into the hill. One other thing I should also quickly mention is that this build is going to be 3 blocks tall, and that means that if you are trying to build this on a super flat world, you're not going to be able to have it flush with the ground. It will be above ground 3 blocks at its tallest. So if you're trying to add this onto an already existing house that you've already built, just keep that in mind as you go through this. Okay, so because this thing is going to be 3 blocks high, you're going to want to start building this on the second tier above where you want the bottom of it to be. In this case, this is going to be my bottom level. And so we want to build on top of this second tier of the hill. What you're going to do is take smooth quartz blocks and you are going to create a line of 13. If you have to go ahead and delete some terrain material, please by all means go ahead and do that. And then what you're going to do on either end of this line is bring out the smooth quartz blocks 6. And then just take this end block and come back across and meet up with the other side. So you should be left with an 11 by 5 rectangle just like this. Next thing we're going to do is just fill in the material underneath all the perimeter of what you just placed. And then we are also going to delete some of the material on the inside of this rectangle right here. So everything that you see that's 1 block below this rectangle of smooth quartz, just go ahead and delete that. We want to be able to place blocks on this level, so therefore we need to delete this level of terrain. Now, the material you're going to want to fill in with is gray concrete. So go ahead and just take gray concrete and fill in this entire layer 1 block below the smooth quartz. And then we are going to take a water bucket and we are going to fill this entire thing with water so that the water is very nice and even and smooth. We don't want to have any sort of ripple effects going on. We want it to look completely even all throughout, just like this. Now, next thing that you're going to do here is take your smooth quartz blocks and you are going to come out 3. And then you are just going to fill in all the material right to the edge on the other side. Go ahead and just delete any terrain material that blocks you from doing this and replace it with the smooth quartz. And then we are also going to bring out these sides to match this level in the front on the bottom. And then we are going to create a wall at the same height as the other one, just like this. So you should be left with a 2 block by 11 block opening. Now you're going to flip around here, you're going to come inside, and you're going to place blue stained glass in this corner right here, right on that edge. Don't worry about anything else, just place blue stained glass right here. And then you're going to take a water bucket and you are going to place water directly above these blue stained glass blocks. Now we don't want to fill in this side, we want this to have this sort of ripple effect going down. And then we can come along this side here and just delete the first layer of smooth quartz blocks that you see in front of you, just like this. Make sure you leave these sides all the way out, just delete the ones in the middle. And then you can also come over here and delete these blocks in the center, just like this. And at this point, we can go ahead and fill in the rest of the space with your gray concrete and replace the white smooth quartz. I almost had a brain fart there. Go ahead and just replace that smooth quartz so that you have an even pool floor just like this. Alright, so now this is what you should be left with, this is what you should be looking at, and that is going to be the first tier of this infinity pool. The next thing that we're going to do is delete some more of these smooth quartz blocks. We're just going to take away this entire front row right here, making sure that we leave these side blocks just as you see them like this. And we're also going to delete the smooth quartz blocks underneath the blue stained glass. And we're going to replace those with gray concrete. And then we're going to bring that gray concrete out one more. And then we're going to add smooth quartz blocks in front of that gray concrete and bring that up 1. So now you should be left with a 1 block wide strip that's open in front of those blue stained glass blocks. And at this point you can go ahead and take a water bucket and fill in that 1 block wide strip just like this. Now, without using the gray concrete, we are going to take smooth quartz blocks and we're going to bring these out another 3 from this lower tier. And we're going to come across and again bring it out 3, and we want this to be at the same height, so bring it up 1 more. And then again we will take the blue stained glass and we will put that right there. And we'll grab our water bucket and we will place water right above the blue stained glass on the quartz so that you see this downward sloping water pattern. And then at this point we can go ahead and just delete the front row of smooth quartz blocks just like this. We can also go ahead and delete this one in the middle. And then we can take our gray concrete and fill in this open portion right here and replace the smooth quartz blocks that you see underneath the water just like this. And there's your basic main structure for this 2-tier infinity pool. It's nothing super complicated, but you do have to follow the steps exactly as I'm doing them because sometimes it gets a little bit finicky trying to get this waterfall effect. There's just some weird sequence with the blocks that you have to follow, but that's essentially what you're trying to do right here. So now that we have these two tiers created, the next thing we're going to do is add a space to have a small hot tub next to the pool. So what you're going to do is start off right at this top layer right here. Don't bring these out any farther, and certainly don't delete any of these because it will mess up your water pattern. Just right on the edge right here, bring out the smooth quartz blocks 5. And then we can just go ahead and bring these back so that they match up with the end of the pool, just like this. And we can go ahead and just fill this in. Now we are going to create a 3x4 hole right in this portion right here. We want to be 1 block away from where this pool starts, and we want to be 2 blocks away from this edge. So go ahead and cut one out right there. Move over 4 and then down 3. And then we're going to take light gray concrete, not the gray concrete, but the light gray concrete. And we're going to come underneath and we are going to fill in the portion that is 1 block set inward from this top smooth quartz block row, just like this. And we're just going to bring this back so that we meet up with whatever terrain is on the hill right here. And if you see anything from the side like this, just go ahead and delete it and replace it with that light gray concrete. And now what we're going to do is take the other gray concrete that we've been using on the bottom of the other pool, and we're just going to fill in 1 layer below the smooth quartz blocks. And then we'll just take our water bucket and fill in this small rectangle so that the water is smooth. And there's a pretty simple little hot tub. But the next thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to bring this smooth quartz out another 5 blocks going into the hill. So as you can see in my case right here, I have 3 blocks of space, and I want to be able to have 5, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete the terrain so that I have those 5 blocks of space. And we're just going to cut out the remaining terrain material on the same level as these smooth quartz blocks and continue to bring it back so that we have a 5 block wide space of smooth quartz. So right here we already have 1 row, so this is going to be 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And now you have a pretty simple space with your hot tub and your 2-tier pool. But we do need to add some steps going up on this side over here, so that's what we'll do next. So the first thing that we're going to do here, the first step we're going to take as we start to build out these stairs, is we're going to come on this side of the pool and we are going to create a 3 block wide walkway on the side of this top tier right here. So right where the smooth quartz starts, just go ahead and bring it out another 2 so that you're left with a 3 block wide walkway, and then bring this back so that it matches up with the back of the pool, just like we did in the previous step. And so now that it's all matched up, what we're going to do is take those smooth quartz blocks again and just fill in everything underneath except for this front portion right here. You're going to have a 1x2 opening, and all you're going to do is replace whatever terrain material is underneath, and you're going to take light gray concrete and you're just going to fill that spot in 1 block inset from the very front like this. Now our stairs themselves are going to be 3 blocks wide, and we're going to start by placing smooth quartz blocks on the same level as the bottom terrain material right here. We're just going to bring those and put those in right at the front of this portion. And then we're just going to start deleting some of the terrain material, and we're going to use smooth quartz slabs to build up the stairs, just like this. So now we have our stairs in place, but as you can see, there is some terrain material that's peeking through right here. So what you're going to do is just delete those and replace them with the smooth quartz blocks, just like that. And then right up here, we also want this portion in front of the stairs to meet up with this portion. So we're going to go ahead and delete that terrain material. And we're just going to replace everything so that it all matches up nice and even. Now what we're going to do is create somewhat of a wood wall next to the stairs, and that is going to come around the back side of the pool as well. So in this case, what you're going to do is just delete the terrain material up to the point where you won't be able to see it next to the slabs, just like this. And you're going to fill in these spaces with the spruce wood planks, as you see right here. And we're just going to bring this up so that it's at the same level as this walkway. And we can go ahead and continue next to the smooth quartz on this level right here. And then at this point, we can come around back, and let's just go ahead and take these spruce planks and fill in the space right behind this quartz walkway in the back behind the pool. And again, if there's any terrain right here, just feel free to go ahead and delete it, and also delete the ones on top. And then we're also going to bring this out as well. We're going to fill in the corner right there. And then we can take this wood wall and we can just come all the way out with it just like that. Alright, so the final last steps in this build process right here is just going to be adding a couple of lounge chairs behind the pool and also some bushes around the edges just to kind of offset all the terrain material that you see. So what we're going to start off by doing is grabbing dark oak slabs and dark oak stairs, and we're just going to place a slab 1 block away from the pool right here just like this, and then move away and do 1 block of space in between. And if you want to do 4, you can do 4. If you want to do 5, that's fine too, but I'm just going to stick to 4 for now. So now that you have your slabs placed, just go ahead and place dark oak stairs directly behind those, just like this. And then we're also going to take oak leaves, and we're just going to come 1 behind this spruce wall that we laid down. And we're going to place these above just like this. And when you run into the terrain material, just go ahead and delete it and replace it. And I'm just going to bring it forward right to there where this next tier of the terrain ends. And that's going to complete your basic build. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Whether it was just to learn how to make the infinity pool effect or you actually followed along with this entire build, I hope my suggestions were helpful. So if you like this video, if you like this build, please go ahead and hit that like button, and also make sure to hit the subscribe button because I have a bunch more content coming at you. We're going to have other small building tutorials like this. We're going to have entire series of house building tutorials, and I'm also doing tours of my own personal builds as well. So make sure you stay tuned, and I will see you next time.